Hey ladies, I'm trying to make this video and it's been very difficult to get in between the baby and the puppy and trying to get this video done. She literally just fell asleep. The puppy's also chilling out. So I think I have a good hour before chaos starts again in my house, and I still have to eat lunch, but I can do that after. I made a video last night and it got very long-winded. It's like 30 minutes long. And then I even had some things missing. So what I'm going to do is I'm trying to bang out a series of segmented videos so you don't have to watch such a long video in one sitting. So if you need more information, just continue to click on the other videos that I will post in conjunction to this video. So really quickly, it is very important for you to do a very good and thorough hostess coaching with your hostess, so that this yields a better turnout in attendance, a better show, and overall success in earning hundreds of free jewelry for your hostess and a good commission for you. So make it worth your time when you are there. Sometimes things are just out of your control and you can't help it. Just, handle it with grace. It is what it is, and move on to the next thing. If you get bogged down mentally with a bad turnout at a show, or overall it just didn't go well, please call me, call your friends that are also sister and stylists, and let us pick you up, because guess what, at the end of the day, it's not personal. There's only so many things you can control. Just like your wedding, you plan for it like crazy, and then on that day, whatever happens is whatever happens. You gotta just let it go. And the majority of this business is mental. It's keeping a perspective. It's not thinking everything's going to go right every single time, because you have to be humbled in this business. Everything doesn't go right 100%. So just take it with a grain of salt and move on to the next thing. And that is what it's all about. For you to do well, it is truly a mindset and actual prep and being thorough. So that being said, we are going to talk about what I personally put in my hostess packets. I have some ideas of what I could do to tweak it or to add to it to make it more fun or interesting. But for right now, just for those of you that are brand new and still in Jumpstart and wanting to put together something really great, I do feel like this is a good packet to start with. And you'll see me mention certain things that I do in here, and I will have a separate video, so don't worry, you'll be able to click and get more detailed information to keep this video from getting too long. Okay, and you don't have to have everything that I have here. You could do it a different way, but I am just showing you how I do it. Okay, so let's start. So here is my hostess packet. It's pretty hefty. And again, when you have the ability to drop this off in person, great. If you have to mail it, please do use flat rate shipping priority boxes from USPS. You can put as much as possible in there as long as it fits. It ships, just like their slogan says, and it ends up shipping. If you print and go to the post office and get it done, it's like $5.60, I believe. And it comes with automatic tracking, so you can track your package. It's included. I actually print off my shipping labels at home, and it ends up only being $5.05 or $5.15. It's still cheaper. I don't have to wait in line at the post office, and I can schedule for free pickup here. They can come get it, or you can go to the post office and bypass the line and just drop it off because it's prepaid. So you're just going to put it off at the counter, and you don't even have to wait. I don't have time to wait. I have a baby, I have a family. I'm running around like a crazy person. So definitely to your benefit. And I do have a separate video about mailings and logging on to the USPS website. So look at that if you don't already know how to do that. Hostess packet. I didn't initially use these folders, and I only use this folder when I bring them to shows. Like, as I have these pre-made, I make at least 2 or 3 of these for every show I go to, so that if I book from the existing show, I give them a hostess packet on the spot, and they don't have to make the extra trip to drop it off, and I don't have to mail it. So it's just better to be able to have it ready to go and give it to them in person. And I also use this folder just for organizing, but if I ship it, this folder does not fit in the flat rate envelope. So I put the contents that's in this folder into a flat rate shipper. Okay, so just so you know, this is, strictly only for when I give them out personally or dropped off personally. Then when you open it, every single Hostess packet I do pretty much the same way. So every Hostess packet, I do 3 large lookbooks like this, 3. 2 for the hostess to be able to, one she could leave at her work, like in the company lounge or cafeteria, whatever you call it, or wherever she works, she can just have one there, and an extra one, to put somewhere else to give to a family member that might want to, look through or collect outside orders, and then one that she keeps for herself personally. And I actually label everything so the hostess knows exactly what to do with each piece that she gets. So 3 of these. I also do 3 of the capsule books, which is usually the medium-sized book. We get one at holiday and we get one at summertime. So since this is a summer show, I do 3 of these to match the amount of the big books that I'm giving out. So 3 of these. I then give 6 mini lookbooks. You'll see here the minis, and I have a little sticky that says to pass these out to those people that do not come to the show. You can use these as invites because it's set up like that, and as you can see here, I actually print off an actual label, and I have another video that I would do about the labeling, but I put it on here so it's all the host information. So technically speaking, she could hand this out as an invite. I think you get 25 for $6. Definitely you could do that. I don't do that. What I do is I tell them to hand these out to people that definitely reply after she's invited them. They confirm that they're not coming. I tell her to drop this in the mail to them or give this to them directly, because all the information here is a mini little book. They have the link here to shop from, and they can pass the little book along because it has a little bit of some of our collection in there. So I just think it's cute for her to have. I don't necessarily think you need to give this as an invitation. I'd rather you give this after you've already had a confirmation that they're not going to come or not sure if they're going to be able to make it. So instead of giving out big books, they can give like the little ones, and I will talk about the label later. So 6, and I do 6 because the sheet that I use to print these labels off come in a sheet of 6. So I just do 6, use it, and I'm done. 6 of those. You always include a personal note to your hostess thanking her for hosting the show, and just whatever you want to say in there about getting excited for the show. I personally, these are the Stella ones I print off of Vistaprint. I have my name at the bottom. I write my note on the inside. I've actually had this one personalized that says hello gorgeous, and there's my picture. I don't know, I like to remind people what I look like, because sometimes if you meet somebody out randomly and you end up booking them, they're not like an actual person you know personally. They might forget what you look like. So I just include that. I always put that in with my packet. And then what I do for invites, you ask the hostess if she would like paper invites. And Stella Dot has stationery. I think it's 40 note cards. It's like cardstock. And 40 envelopes for like $9, I think is the price. I have to check my pricing again. But there is a template that I will also include in our group page of you being able to save it and then just change the information every time you use it, and then print them off on your color printer or whatever printer you have if you don't want to do it in color. But it's perfectly sized. And you print them off. I usually ask the hostess, does she want 5, 10, or 15? I max out at 15 because between that and the 6 mini lookbooks and then e-vites online, I think that's enough. But I mean, realistically, if she really wanted more, I would do it, but I would kind of feel for what she's going for. And so you print them off, you have all the information about the party on the invite, and then you have the link included. And then you just print them off. You don't put them in the envelopes or anything. And she can supply the stamps if she decides to mail them. But at least you supply her with the invite and with the envelopes, and she can just mail these out or do whatever she wants. And she asked for 10, so I put 10 together for her, and everything's ready to go. And that's there. Now my little boo-boo, because I was trying to print, I have two printers. I have a color printer and I have a laser black and white printer. And I meant to send the invites to the color printer, and it ended up sending it to the regular printer. So I just kept them, because I mean it's considered trash, but I didn't want to waste them, and I just cut it all across the bottom, and just I'm sticking a note in here. She can just continue to use this to invite people as like a little flyer. You know, I don't know. I didn't want to waste it, so I figured she would probably use it and do something with it. So I have that. Another thing that I do, I use labels for a lot of things because it makes it more convenient. So here I have labels. And every book that I include, including the mini lookbooks, I put this label on. So, and it's pretty much the information. It says the hostess's name. It says the show is going on now through July 10th, 2013. And then it says shop this link, and then it's the hostess trunk show link. I do this, I put this label, I print a whole sheet off of 30 labels. I put the label on every book that I send out to her, as well as the papers that I include, and you'll see what papers I include. And then I give her the actual labels, and she can slap them on whatever she wants. This way it makes it easy. When people want to order, they know the link, they see the link, it's on everything, so there's no way for her to like say, oh, I don't know the link, I don't know where it is. She has it on everything that I give her, so she can just quickly look and say, oh, there it is, and tell the person on the phone or whatever she wants to do. And I just print off the whole sheet, and she can slap it on whatever. And then I use it, and I put it on everything, and then whatever's left over, I give to her. I'm big on this because it just ensures that no one's not going to know what the link is. Okay, so I told you out of the 3 lookbooks, I give her one for herself, and I actually put on this, I said, this is your copy, and everything that she's supposed to keep for herself is inside here. So in this copy of her lookbook, you're going to do the trunk show planner, okay? And this is pretty much telling her how to set it up, what to do for her trunk show. And it also talks about her rewards. And you can get this on the website, on the Styles Lounge. So she gets that. Then I also include the charm book, because it's like delicate necklaces. You get a lot of ladies that will look through and say, oh, I don't wear statement pieces, I don't wear jewelry that's colorful or loud. So I have this specific little book that you can also order on the lounge. And if you're working your business, you'll get business supply credits, and you could just order, these things for that. And I just, include it. And here, like the label I told you that I print out, big sheet, I just slap it on there. So whoever's looking at this will always see the link. And another thing too, your show closes 3 weeks after the date of the show. And what I like to school all of you is never to give the real date when it ends, because you end up getting those straggler orders in at the last minute and trying to get them in before it's midnight, and it's like a pain in the butt. It really is. So I give a fudge date of like 2 or 3 days before. Typically it's like 3-day rule. So her show ends on the 13th, but I'm saying it ends on July 10th. So I'll get all those last minute orders on the 10th, and I still have a cushion just in case someone randomly calls and says, oh my God, is the show over? Can I still order? I still have a cushion that I can, put some orders through. But you never want to be doing it on the very last day. It's an annoying thing. And if anything goes wrong, you're on the phone with customer service or the chat, and it's just not worth it. So 3 days sooner, they already had 3 weeks. So 3 days is not really going to, it just pushes them to get those orders in. Okay. She gets the capsule book, like I was saying, 3 of each. So she gets one. The Stars Opportunity brochure as well, so she knows a little bit about what we do. And then you can also order these. You don't have to. You can also get, like, the Post-it page flags. They come in different colors, like a pack of 10. You can get those as well and just get one of the packets and just put it in there, and they can use it to flag pages when they're going through their lookbook. But here, Stella & Dot has these repositionable ones, and it's just really nice because it has different sayings. Gift idea, wow, save for later, whatever it is. And this is so that they can start to pick through and figure out what their wish list is. And additionally, on the cover of their Stella & Dot, I also put like a full-size Post-it note so they can write down, ideas of what they want for their wish list. But this is nice. It's a nice, fun way to flag the pages. And because it is almost the end of May, if you think about this weekend's Memorial Weekend, I include the current May promo. But then in June, once we get the actual June promo, I'm going to send it to her. Since her show's in June, I'm going to send her separately the June promo. And again, that sticker's up there, so it lets people know when to order by. So that's the Trunk Show exclusive promo sheet. The social mixology sheet is about having the hostess expand her guest list and not just keep it to the same old people, and getting people from different social circles. This is one of the rare times that when you have a little get together, you don't have to scrub and pre-screen who's coming because you're not sure they're going to interact well because so-and-so and so-and-so, whatever. This isn't about that. This is a style event. This is fun. This is girl time. Invite your neighbor, that you just met and you haven't had a reason to get together, the moms from your mom's play group, whatever it is. It's breaking them up so you have a great turnout for your show. And we always score hostesses to invite 40 to 50 people. They're never all going to come. It's a fact. So they can't get all freaked out. They're lucky if they get 10 people out of that group. So you don't want to invite too many because then it seems less exclusive, especially if you're doing an online show and you're inviting them to come to your house, but you're doing it via Facebook or online. Inviting too many just gives it like it's a free-for-all and people don't find it to be very worthy of their time. So you want to make it exclusive, invite only, 40 to 50 people only. And usually that will yield about 10 people. Even a show with 3 or 4 people can be very, very good. So don't ever judge and think that amount is not worth your time. You have no idea what outside orders are going to be for that show, and you have no idea the quality of those people that are there. So you're not defeated if it's less than 10 people, but that we aim for 10 people to be at that show. So the sheet. And then I printed off the Jet Set Essentials because, our bags are super cute. Want to show the pairing in this collection and just to give them an idea that they'll be able to see some of this at the show. I do, aside from the Stylist Opportunity brochure, I also do the college, calling college students because it's a flexible career to be a stylist and work your schedule around your college classes schedule. It's fun. It's a great way to meet people. They can do fundraising. Clubs and organizations that are always doing fundraisers, this is a great way. So this is this. Oh, Portia's up. I'm almost done. And then I include 6 order forms that I photocopied. When I send order forms, I send photocopies of them. And what I do is I get the original carbon copy order form and I put my name and ID and info on it here. And then I make copies of it. And after I make copies of it, I highlight the information that must be filled out in order for me to be able to process this order. And then I tell the hostess to keep one copy for herself just in case she needs to make more copies if she happens to get that many outside orders. And then I do a little bit of an example breakdown on how the tax is done because people tend to tax before they add the shipping, and you must add shipping before you tax. Okay? And it just makes it easier for them. So that is this, and this is the order form. The carbon copy order forms I do order and I do use, and I use them when I'm at actual trunk shows, but I don't use them otherwise. So that's this. And that's the contents of what is in my Hostess packet. Very easy, no frills. Put everything together, and then you'll just mail it out. And stay tuned for the other videos related to the mailings. Thank you for your time, ladies, and go on out there and book. Coach your hostesses, and have an awesome show.